Welcome back. Well, Angela, I'm sure all Americans, soccer fans in particular, are very excited about the World Cup victory yesterday, but maybe no one is more excited than you personally.
Honestly, I've been playing soccer for 20 years, and these kind of moments do not come around very often. So to be able to witness something like this is truly inspirational for me.
She has been talking about it nonstop, and with good reason, with great reason.
For the first time in 16 years, the world witnessed the U.S. women's national team hoist the trophy on the biggest stage of soccer. Team USA won its third World Cup in a historical manner, and this just will not get old for me. Megan Rapinoe on the corner here, and she will strike one on the ground. The stars align, and Carly Lloyd puts away her first goal of the game in just the third minute. USA off to a great start. Then Lauren Holiday on the free kick outside the 18. Great flick by Julie Johnston there, and it's like she's a magnet. Lloyd finds the back of the net for her second time in just 5 minutes. USA would be up 3-0, and Lloyd from the center circle, she sees the keeper off her line and punishes her for it. An absolutely beautiful goal for the first hat trick in the Women's World Cup Finals history. Now the U.S. would take down Japan for the title 5-2, and a very special moment coming up as captains Abby Wambach and Christy Rampone hoist the trophy with their team in their last ever World Cup. Here's what Ali Krieger had to say on their big moment. And tomorrow, the Women's World Cup puts two of the best teams in the world against one another in the semifinals. Number 1 Germany will be taking on the number 2 United States. Now, the U.S. took down China with a 1-0 victory last Friday, but Germany is another beast. This is the first time in the tournament the U.S. will be the underdog in the World Cup, and that's even if they make it into the final game. Speaking of players that need to step up, here is a list of key players for the semifinals. We've got forward Abby Wambach, outside midfielder Megan Rapinoe, center back Julie Johnston, and goalkeeper Hope Solo. Now, Abby Wambach is hungry for a goal. She always is, though. Megan Rapinoe actually teamed up with Wambach in the semifinals just a couple years ago against Brazil. Who knows, maybe that duo will strike again. Julie Johnston needs to continue to anchor down in the defense. She's been doing a great job at center back, especially in her first World Cup, and I know that Hope Solo is ready to prove that she is the best goalkeeper in the world.
No question about it, at least that she wants to prove it.
That she wants to prove it, and I've been watching all these documentaries. They've been on Fox Sports, so I'm pumped up for the game tomorrow.
I know you probably more than anyone else.
And the game that I'm talking about is the Women's World Cup Finals. It's starting in about 40 minutes. Now, tonight's matchup is between Japan and the United States, a rematch of the 2011 World Cup. And in that game, Japan got the best of the U.S. in PKs, and it was a heartbreaker for fans across America, including myself. So for me and for the U.S., this is a huge game and a must-win. And as you can see right here in the video, you will see Abby Wambach taking the field for her last World Cup. Now, she is the world's leading goal scorer, and what would be better than winning her first World Cup in her last one? Now, the U.S. has been working for years to get ready for this moment, and the players are confident that they'll win this game under head coach Jill Ellis, who actually was an assistant coach at Maryland from 1994 to 1996. Now, Ellis isn't looking back because she has a World Cup trophy on her mind. Staying on the diamond for our play of the day, the Red Sox at home against the Astros, and its third baseman Pablo Sandoval makes the run to the Astros dugout and lays out to make the catch over the railing. Take another look here as the Panda makes an incredible catch. Now, he makes the catch there, and he steals our play of the day. Now, that will do it for sports. Again, people are starting to file in from the door, so I am getting so excited for this game. It's one of my favorite times of the year. I feel like it's Christmas, so I'm going to go ahead, let you guys get back to preparing yourselves for this big matchup tonight, and maybe I'm going to go eat some wings. Keep it right here. You're watching 47 ABC, Delmarva's trusted source for news.
Why not be excited? Angela's next guest will go down as an American hero. Angela, take it away.
Thanks, guys. Well, I have no glasses. I don't have a bow tie, so I guess I'm just going to have to bring a very special guest onto the show, someone I looked up to growing up in the Bay Area. She played on the U.S. Women's National Team from 1988 to 2004. She's a 2-time gold medalist, a 2-time World Cup champion. She scored the winning penalty kick against China to win the 1999 World Cup. Brandi Chastain, welcome to the show tonight. Now, I know you are busy, so I really do appreciate you taking the time to talk with us, but let's get right to it. You've been there. You've been in a World Cup final. You've won a World Cup championship twice. Tonight is the eve before the big game. So what is going through the players' minds right now before a big game like this?
Well, I think there's a lot of different emotions that they're experiencing right now.
Yeah, definitely. Now, I know that this is two very different teams from 2011 to now, but what do you think the veteran players on the squad have learned from the last tournament's World Cup loss?
Well, what I hope you learn from winning as well as losing is, the details.
Coming from a pro and the one who actually scored the winning goal in 1999, but it sounds much easier said than done. Now, I think what fans at home are all wanting to know from you, Brandy, is what is your prediction for Sunday's game?
Oh, I'm so bad at that, Angela.
Awesome. Well, I like hearing that you think they're going to win, but I don't know if my heart will be able to handle PKs again. I still feel the hurt from 2011. But Brandy, again, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's an honor to have you on our show. Spencer, Trey, guys, you know how passionate I am about this team and this World Cup. This tournament has been far from perfect, and yet the U.S. is still in the finals. Great teams find a way to get there, and that's what they've done here. Like I said, it has not been pretty, but they've managed to get this far, and for me, what they have to do is they have to get this win for Abby Wambach. Wambach is the world's leading goal scorer, and to me, there is no better way to send off a world-class player like Abby than winning a World Cup. Now, they're going to have to come out fast. They're going to have to put the pressure on these Japanese players. They're going to have to get them out of their comfort zones just a bit and finish their chances. I do not want to see PKs, though, you guys. I think it is the U.S.'s time, though. What do you guys think? And the Women's World Cup final is tomorrow. I cannot wait for this matchup between the U.S. and Japan. We'll have a very special guest on our show tonight, and no, she will not be in that sports bra, but find out who coming up later. And while the NBA is in the offseason, free agency begins on July 1st. Well, today LeBron James announced he's opting out of his contract, but the Cavs do remain the front runner to re-sign the King. Now, another player that we have been talking about is the truth, Paul Pierce. He's opted out of his contract with the Wiz, but will he come back to D.C.? Let's take a look at one of the most memorable plays from 2015.
Beal letting the clock wind down. Beal against Bazemore. Here comes Pierce with 5 seconds left. Pierce with 3. Pierce with 2. Pierce fall away at the horn. It's good! Paul Pierce does it again as the Wizards win it!
Did you call bank? I call game. Game.
And while the NBA is in the offseason, free agency begins on July 1st. Well, today LeBron James announced he's opting out of his contract, but the Cavs do remain the front runner to re-sign the King. Now, another player that we've been talking about is the truth. Paul Pierce has opted out of his contract with the Wiz, but will he come back to D.C.?
Fall away at the horn. It's good! Paul Pierce does it again as the Wizards win it!
Did you call bank? I call game. Game.
He walked off the court in D.C. then, and he is potentially leaving that court for good. But nobody's certain, and when I say nobody, I mean I don't even think Pierce has a clue where he'll go yet. But reports do say that he is looking to play at least one more season. Now, the Wizards are still on the table, but so are the Clippers, where he'd be reunited with former coach Doc Rivers. Now, Wiz fans, I'm going to be honest, I'd get ready to see the truth pack his bags and head out west. But again, we will have to wait and see come July. It has, and I might actually say terrifying because you were there and maybe some of the fans at home saw the foul ball that almost hit me. Yes, that was
a high moment in my week right there.
That was me. Well, every week our very own Trayvon Miles brings you an exclusive look at the Shorebirds players on the Bird's Nest. Trey, who is on deck this week? Actually, I guess we're going to go back to baseball because it is America's pastime. It's America Day today, America.
Let's go.
All right. Well, I actually got to go out to Georgetown earlier today to watch the SG United travel baseball team play in the Most Southwest Girls Stars and Strikes 2015 tournament. Yes, that's a mouthful. Now, SG United, like I said, is a travel ball team who has gotten a lot of national exposure. Now, they've won a few tournaments, including an Omaha Invitational tournament last year. Now, there's a lot of high school baseball players from across Delmarva on this team, and we have our eyes on them for a very special reason, but I can't tell you quite yet. So make sure to tune in later tonight at 10 and 11 to our newscast. Spencer will be there to intro that for you guys, and we will have more on this team and their special journey. And on Wednesday, Tri-County was taking on the Strutters in the Eastern Shore Baseball League. Tri-County trying to make plays early on. Now Zach Hawk there gloves the grounder and gets the out at first. Now the Strutters were playing some defense themselves. Brandon McCain with the 5-4-3 double play ball to close out the inning.
Nice.
But Tri-County would get on the board first in this one. Jack Chaney drops one into left field for a 2 RBI single there. The Strutters would respond, and it wouldn't take very long. It'll be Caleb Taylor at the plate. He'll knock one into right field. That'll bring in a run, but it just would not be enough as Tri-County gets the win, 12-6 the final. A walk-off grand slam to win the game. Wow. Now check this out. Ugza accounted for all 7 RBIs in the Birds' 7-3 win over Hagerstown. All 7 RBIs. All right, well, this one is from the Bayside Senior Baseball game. Check out Hunter Parsons behind me. Justin Meekin's face gets me 60% of the time, every single time. Let's slow it down so you can really see how good they got me. Now, one of our news broadcasters thought that I was upset about this, but I thought it was awesome.
Welcome back. Well, Angela, Shorebirds, a tough game for them yesterday. They had a chance to bounce back 2 games today.
They had 2 opportunities to do that. Game 1 did not go so well, so we won't really get into that one. Yeah, but they were on fire in Game 2, so we're going to get right to it. Over at Purdue Stadium, it was 47 ABC 2-Buck Monday, and despite a loss in Game 1, Game 2 could not have ended any better. First inning here, Steve Wilkerson cracks one off the bat into the gap. Look at the sun. The center fielder could not get there. He'll make it to third for a stand-up triple. A couple batters later, it's Logan Ugza. He pops one up into right field, but Wilkerson will tag up, and he slides into home to help the Birds take a 1-0 lead. Now, Hagerstown is going to respond. Runners on first and third. David Masters knocks one into left field, and that'll bring in the equalizer for the Suns. But thank you to Jack Gertson for this one here. We have Ugza hitting a walk-off grand slam. He's meeting his team at home plate. Ugza accounted for all 7 RBIs in this one as the Birds take Game 2, 7-3 the final. And now you're probably wondering who this is on your TV screen. Well, Philly fans, you are looking at Andy McPhail, who will be Pat Gillick's successor when he retires after this season. But there's no need to worry. He has plenty of experience, including 2 World Series championships with the Twins as a GM. Now, as president, McPhail will oversee the entire organization, and he'll be in charge of both business and baseball operations for the Phillies. Angela Santoro coming to you from Camden Yards, and tonight the O's have a big game on their hands. They've got a half-game lead over the Yankees. Now with this win, they take a game lead because the Yankees are off tonight, but they have Kevin Gausman on the mound. Now it is not going to be an easy win tonight. The Rangers have Giovanni Gallardo on the mound. He gave up only 2 runs in the whole entire month of June. So like I said, it is going to be a tough game for the O's tonight. Angela Santoro coming to you from Camden Yards, and tonight is a big game for the O's. They've got a half-game lead in first place over the Yankees, who have the night off, so a win tonight would be crucial. They've got Kevin Gausman on the mound, but the Rangers are not going to make it easy. Giovanni Gallardo is taking the mound for the Rangers. He gave up 2 runs in the entire month of June, so like I said, a win tonight would be huge, but it will not be easy. We will have highlights of this game and more coming up at 10 and 11. Back to you guys. Go Orioles for me.
Go Orioles! Yeah!
Say go Orioles for me.
Go Orioles!
All right, buddy.
Take care.
Well, speaking of women who dominate the world of sports, sisters Serena and Venus Williams took the center court against one another for their 25th time of their careers. Now, Serena has dominated the series there, but could she do it again? Talk about your opponent knowing your strengths and weaknesses. First set here, Venus serves, but Serena returns it and places it perfectly in the corner. She'll take the first set 6-4. Now Serena's back up 40-love. Venus tries to get back center, and Serena fires one into the opposite corner for match point here. Serena now returns the serve, and Venus tries to keep the rally going. It would be out of bounds there, and Serena wins in straight sets 6-4, 6-3, and Serena is headed to the quarterfinals. Speaking of division leaders, the first place Nats were on the road in Philadelphia, taking on the last place Phils in a doubleheader as well. Second inning, Steven Strasburg on the mound and gives up a home run to Jeff Francoeur, a solo shot to left field. The Phils take a 1-0 lead, but Strasburg cranks up the heat, striking out the side in the 5th inning. He'd finished the game with 9 strikeouts over 7 innings. And to the 6th inning we go, tied up at 1 here. Runners would be on first and second when Michael Taylor sends one into left field for an RBI double. Clint Robinson is going to come in for the go-ahead run, and the Nats hold on for the Game 1 win, 3-2 the final. And the last place Phils, I guess, were just apparently sick of losing, and they took over in Game 2, scoring 4 runs in the 2nd inning. They'd hold on to that lead with an 8-5 win over the Nats. Now the O's came out hungry to steal the first place after both the Rays and the Yankees lost today, and they did that with ease as they jumped out to an early 8-0 lead. That would be the final in the second game there. The O's are looking good with All-Star break just around the corner. And our play of the day will go to my San Francisco Giants. Now the Nats looking to take the lead here. Ian Desmond lines one up the middle, and look at Joey Panik making the grab right there to rob Desmond of a hit. Check out the replay. He is 24 years old, and this is just his 2nd year playing with the Giants. And I mean, we're not having a great season out in San Francisco.
I'm glad you said it.
We got swept.
Yeah.
We got swept yesterday. I'm going to go ahead and say it, but I'll take the play of the day.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of Giants fans would, and some Nats fans out there will take the sweep.
They'll take the sweep. We'll also take a World Cup victory. So
Deal, all the way around.
Yes.
Thank you, Angela. We're back after this. Stay with us.
And back to the diamond we go for our play of the day. Back in the Bay Area where I'm from, we're not looking at the players this time. This is all about the ball boy. What an incredible catch there on the first baseline. He gives it to a kid in the stands, and meanwhile, he's also saving the lives of all of the Royals pitchers who did nothing but duck and cover.